Welcome back. This is week 8 of our guitar course, and this is video 2. Today, we are going to be working a little bit more with our strumming patterns and learning a song that we can apply these strumming patterns to. The song is Invalid Ballad, and we want to make sure that we're able to do the 4 different patterns to this one song because they all can fit within this one. This is a slow song, and what a strumming pattern will do on a slow song is it will add variety as well as kind of move it forward. Sometimes when we're playing slow songs, they kind of get stuck. They kind of feel like they're lagging behind, or they're just like super slow and they aren't very interesting. Well, the strumming pattern is what can move that forward. And so let's start off with our first strumming pattern where we emphasize beats 2 and 4, or the backbeat. And we have to do one more thing on this one. We have to change chords. So we start on the G and we go 1 and 2 and 3 and C, E minor, D. See how I'm doing that? And so I'm still doing the strumming pattern, but I'm also changing chords at the same time. Now, if changing chords is still kind of hard for you, go easy on it, okay? Do the parts of the beat that are emphasized. So on that one, we do beats 2 and 4. So instead of doing 1 and 2 and, you go rest. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And that way you can still emphasize the right parts of the beat. You can still it still feels like a strumming pattern because you're moving the beat forward and the meter is all there, but it's a little easier to play, right? Okay, so I want you to listen first to Invalid Ballad as I play it with strumming pattern number 1, and then we'll try it together, okay? If you want to, don't play with your right hand, just try it with the chord changes as you follow along in the music, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, listen first. 1, 2, 4, 1. Take the first thing and I repeat back. Second ending. And that's the song for us right now. So let's do a couple things to practice this one. First of all, let's just make sure we can do the chord changes. Then we'll try it with the strumming pattern, and then we'll add it with the song. So let's start on G, and just let's strum each chord and go through them one at a time. So we'll start with G, ready, go. 1, 2, move to C, C, 2, move to E minor, 2, 3, move to D, 2, 3, move to G, 2, move to C, 2, move to E minor, 2, 3, and D, and then we end with G. Okay, so that's your song, and if you need to stop it and practice those chords, just do exactly what we just did right there, because in getting those transitions, I know it's hard, it takes time, and we got to be able to do it pretty quickly in order so that we don't add any extra beats. Let's go on though to add the strumming pattern. Let's see if we can do it where we just emphasize beats 2 and 4. Let's try that. So here we go. I'll count off and you play it with me. Start on G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, move, 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 1, 2, 3, on G. Okay, let's do it one more time, just our guitars. See if you can add the rest of the eighth notes in there. So this time it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and move. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and G. All right. Now we get to try it with the track. But if you need time, pause the video and practice that on your own, okay? Here we go with the track. Get ready for the G. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3. First ending 1. Repeat back. Second inning, and G. All right. Okay, so that may have been good for you, may have been pretty hard for you. Either way, it's probably going to take you a little bit of practice. What we're doing with our strumming is we're taking it to the next level so that we can fit in better with a song. A lot of times when students learn how to strum and they learn their chords and things like that, the strumming all sounds the same, and it actually kind of stands out in the song as something that's not quite as pleasing as the rest of the music. For example, on this one, you would hear something like 1 and 2, and it all sounds the same. And it's all loud, and you're getting the right chords, you're playing in time, but we have to make sure that we're able to play it musically as well. And that's kind of the next step in guitar for us right now. So instead, we want to do something kind of like a strumming pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 2. Something a little more subtle, a little more nuanced than it. All right. Now, let's try one more strumming pattern with this song, and then I'll let you practice the other two with it, or do your best with it at the end of the video. So let's try accented pattern number 2 right now. If you remember this one, we play accents on beats 1, the and of 2, and then 4. And so we'd go like this, 1 and 2, or, sorry, let's try that again, 1. So it would go like this, 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. Okay? Here, let's try that together. Let's do just our guitars and only play the accented beats. So we have 1, the and of 2, and 4. 1, start on G. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. C. E minor. D. Good. All right. Now, let's try it where we add in the rest of the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. And 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. All right. If you need some practice with that, try just that strumming pattern with those 4 chord changes, G, C, E minor, and D. Let's go on to the track. Here we go. Get ready with the G. 1, 2, 3, and go. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 first ending. E minor. G. E minor. Take second ending. All right. Okay, so hopefully that wasn't too tricky for you. It's a little different way of thinking. You have to really count in your head in order to get things going and get the right beats emphasized. Ultimately, what will happen is it'll become a matter of how the music feels to you, and you'll be able to do it more naturally. Okay, so I'm going to play the track for you a couple more times, and I want you to go on and try it one time with accented pattern number 3, and then accented pattern number 4. Let's try those just our guitars first, and then I'll let you play it with the track. So accented pattern number 3, remember? It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Will you try that one with me? 1, start on the G. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the C. E minor. Okay, all right, so that's pattern 3. Practice that a few more times, and let's try pattern 4. Remember, pattern 4 is kind of a variation. You have some quarter notes in there, and then the 4 and a 1. You have to change pretty fast on these with the 4 and a 1, which is why these ones are better for slower tempos, while you have a little bit more time in between that and then 1. So here we go. Start on the G, and we'll do G, C, E minor, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 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 1. And I ended on a G there. Okay. So here's the track for it now. I'm going to play it 2 times for you. Try it with both strumming patterns, and you can think of this in 2 ways. You can try it with all the correct eighth notes in the right place, or you can do it where it's just the accented beats. So if you look back at page 1 on week 8, you have those accents underneath the notes that you can follow along with. And just do those ones if you're having trouble getting all the rest of the measure in there. The idea, again, is to emphasize different parts of the beat so that the song is moving forward, it doesn't feel like it's lagging behind, and it adds some variety to the rhythm. Okay, here we go. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that song and are getting the strumming patterns down and being able to play along with it and add to the song. So I will see you back for video number 3 of week 8. Take care.